Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel. Today I have a powerful and inspiring story that will not only help you improve your English, but also motivate you to never give up on your dreams. We are going to learn about the life of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, one of the most successful and loved people in the world. But behind his fame and success is a story full of pain, failure, and hard work. This is the true journey of how a man with only $7 in his pocket became a global superstar. You've seen him in movies like Fast and Furious, Jumanji, Black Adam, and many more. But do you know why he became so famous? Do you know about his struggles? Do you know about the pain he went through before reaching this level of success? Maybe not. In this video, I will tell you everything about his life, his problems, his failures, his pain, and how he changed his life completely. This story will definitely motivate you to chase your goals. And this video is also great for your English listening and speaking practice. So let's begin the story of a man who turned his pain into power. Dwayne Douglas Johnson was born on May 2, 1972, in Hayward, California, USA. His father, Rocky Johnson, was a professional wrestler. His mother, Atta Johnson, was the daughter of a famous Samoan wrestler. People think Dwayne was born rich because of his father, but the truth is, his childhood was full of problems and hard times. When Dwayne was young, his family had no money, no stable life, and no house of their own. His father's wrestling career didn't bring in enough money, so the family had to keep moving from place to place just to survive. Imagine this. One day, Dwayne comes home and finds out that his family has been kicked out of their house because they couldn't pay rent. He was only 14 years old when he saw his mother cry because they had no place to live. Sometimes they didn't even have enough money to buy food. Because of this poverty, young Dwayne became angry and frustrated. He got into fights at school. He even started stealing to survive. He was arrested many times during his teenage years. By the age of 15, he was headed down a very dangerous path, a path that could have destroyed his future. But then, something happened that changed his life forever. After one more arrest, Dwayne looked at himself in the mirror. He saw someone who had failed. He saw a boy with no future. He saw the pain in his mother's eyes every day. Then he made a strong decision. I will change my life. I will work harder than ever. I will become great. From that day forward, everything changed. He started focusing on his body and fitness. He trained every day, pushing himself more and more. He stopped spending time with the wrong people. He found a new dream, to become a professional football player. But his problems were not over yet. Dwayne worked very hard and became a talented football player. He earned a scholarship to play football at the University of Miami, which had one of the best teams in the country. For the first time in his life, he felt like his troubles were ending. He dreamed of playing in the NFL National Football League, becoming rich, and giving his family a better life. But then, disaster hit. He got a serious injury that ended his football career. He was removed from the team, and his dream was gone. His chance of becoming an NFL star was over. At just 23 years old, Dwayne had no money and no job. He had to move back into his parents' small apartment. He was so poor that he had only $7 in his bank account. Imagine this. One day, you believe your life is about to change forever, and the next day, you lose everything. Would you give up? Most people would. But Dwayne Johnson didn't. Dwayne sat in a small, dark room, holding $7 in his hand. His dream of being a football star was gone. He had no job, no direction. And worst of all, he felt like he had disappointed his mother. He had always wanted to give her a better life, But now he couldn't even buy food for himself. For days, he stayed in that room feeling lost. His father tried to encourage him and told him that life was hard, but he had to keep trying. Still, Dwayne didn't know what to do. He was only 23, broke, and unsure of what came next. Then one morning, his father came into his room and said, "Get up, let's train." Dwayne didn't feel like training. He had no energy or motivation. He felt like he had lost everything. But something inside him said, "Get up." He went to the gym with his father. For the first time in weeks, he felt alive again. The pain from lifting weights, the sweat, the burn in his muscles, it reminded him of who he really was. He had been an athlete, a fighter, and he wasn't going to stay down forever. After training for a few weeks, he made a big decision. If football wasn't possible anymore, he would try something new. His father had been a professional wrestler, and even though Dwayne never planned to follow his father's path, he had nothing left to lose. Dwayne told his father, "I want to try wrestling." His father was surprised. He knew how hard the wrestling business was. It wasn't only about being strong, it was about personality, performance, and many years of hard work. It wasn't easy, but when he saw the passion in Dwayne's eyes, he agreed to train him. The training was very hard. His father was strict and pushed Dwayne to his limit. He made Dwayne wake up early, train for hours, and perfect every move. There were no shortcuts. Some days, Dwayne's body was full of bruises. There were days he wanted to quit, but he always reminded himself that he had no other option. If he failed now, he had nowhere to go. After months of hard training, he was ready for his first match. But there was a problem. No one wanted to hire him. Wrestling companies said he was too big, too muscular, and didn't have the right image. He went from city to city looking for a chance, but every door closed on him. Still, he didn't give up. He finally got a small chance to wrestle at a local show. It wasn't a big match or a big company, but it was something. When he stepped into the ring, he knew it was his chance to prove himself. He won the match, but no one clapped. The audience didn't feel a connection with him. Wrestling was not just about winning, it was about entertaining people and having a strong personality. And Dwayne didn't have that yet. For months, he continued wrestling in small shows. He made very little money. He traveled from town to town, sleeping in cheap motels, and sometimes in his car. He ate whatever he could afford, often just tuna and rice. He was struggling a lot. One day, he got an offer to join WWE, the biggest wrestling company in the world. But there was a problem. They gave him a new character called Rocky Maivia. He was a smiling, friendly wrestler that fans were supposed to love. But the audience didn't like him. Every time he entered the ring, people booed. They didn't want someone fake. They wanted someone real. Dwayne felt embarrassed. He had trained so hard, and now people didn't like him. That night, after a match full of booze, he sat alone in his hotel room. He felt that same pain he had felt when he lost his football dream, failure, rejection, and doubt. But this time, he made a different choice. Instead of giving up, he changed. He told WWE, "Let me be myself." And that's when The Rock was born. Next time he entered the ring, he wasn't Rocky Maivia anymore. He wasn't pretending to be someone else. He was himself, confident, bold, and full of energy. He said, "Finally, The Rock has come back." His energy was powerful. His confidence was strong, and the crowd loved it. Over the next few years, The Rock became one of WWE's biggest stars. He won titles, had famous matches, and became one of the most entertaining wrestlers ever. The same people who once booed him now cheered for him. But The Rock didn't stop there. He had become successful in wrestling, but he wanted more. He wanted to become the world's biggest entertainer. So he made a bold move. He left wrestling and went to Hollywood. People laughed at him. They said, "You're a wrestler, not an actor. You'll fail." Even when he got his first movie roles, they were small. People didn't take him seriously. Once again, he had to start from the bottom. He wasn't given big roles. He had to prove himself, just like in wrestling. And he did. He worked harder than anyone else. He trained, he studied, and he improved. He took every role he got and gave it his all. Slowly, Hollywood started to notice. His big break came with movies like The Scorpion King and Fast and Furious. People saw something special in him, his charm, his presence, and his work ethic. He was no longer just a wrestler. Over time, The Rock became the highest-paid actor in Hollywood. He starred in hit movies, started businesses, and became one of the most powerful people in the world. But he never forgot where he came from. He never forgot the days when he had only $7 in his pocket. He teaches us that even if we fail many times, we can still rise again. The boy who had no money, no home, and no future became one of the most successful people in the world because he didn't give up. Dwayne had reached a level many people only dream about. But behind all the success and fame, something else was more important to him: his family. Dwayne's journey wasn't just about money and fame. It was also about love, relationships, and responsibility. In 1997, while he was still struggling in wrestling, he married his college girlfriend, Dani Garcia. She had supported him long before he became famous. They had a deep connection, and in 2001 they had a daughter, Simone Alexandra Johnson. Dwayne loved his daughter more than anything in the world. She meant everything to him. No matter how busy he was or how much he traveled, he always made time for her. He wanted to be the kind of father he wished he had when he was young, but life was not always perfect. As time passed, Dwayne and Dani saw that their marriage wasn't working. They still loved and respected each other, but they were growing apart. In 2008, after 11 years of marriage, they decided to get a divorce. For many people, divorce is full of pain and anger, but Dwayne and Dani handled it differently. They stayed best friends. Instead of fighting, they supported one another. In fact, Dani continued to manage Dwayne's career and helped him build his empire. They both understood that their daughter needed a strong, loving family, and they promised to always give her that, no matter what. Years later, Dwayne found love again with Lauren Hashian, a singer and musician. She wasn't a celebrity like him, but she had a kind heart and gave him support in every way. Their bond was built on love, trust, and respect. In 2015, they had their first daughter, Jasmine Johnson. In 2018, their second daughter, Tiana Gia Johnson, was born. For Dwayne, his daughters were the most important part of his life. He wasn't just a movie star, he was a father before anything else. He woke up early to make them breakfast, played with them, and sang to them before bed. In 2019, after many years together, Dwayne and Lauren got married in a beautiful wedding in Hawaii. It was a moment of pure happiness for him. Even with all his success, Dwayne never slowed down. He was not the type of person to relax and take it easy. Every morning, he woke up before sunrise, went to the gym, and pushed himself harder than anyone. He remembered where he came from, the times he had no money, the pain of failure, and the people who doubted him. He used all of that as fuel to keep going. He believed in one simple idea: outwork everyone. While others were sleeping, he was training. While others were resting, he was learning. While others were celebrating, he was planning his next step. That's how he became the highest-paid actor in the world. Not because he was lucky, but because he worked harder than everyone else. But to Dwayne, success was not just about acting or making money. It was also about helping others. Even with all his fame and wealth, Dwayne never forgot to give back. He started the Rock Foundation, a charity that helps children going through hard times. He gave millions of dollars to schools, hospitals, and people in need. He surprised struggling families by paying off their debts, buying them homes, and giving them hope. One of the most touching moments was when he gave his old friend Bruno a new truck. Bruno had given Dwayne a place to stay when he was struggling, and many years later, Dwayne never forgot that kindness. This is what makes Dwayne different. He never let success change his heart. He teaches us that no matter how successful you become, never forget where you came from and always help others. Dwayne Johnson didn't rely on just one way to earn money. He knew that real success meant building something bigger than himself. And he did exactly that. When he started acting, he was not the highest paid actor. In fact, many directors didn't think he could make it in Hollywood. But just like he did in football and wrestling, he proved everyone wrong. Today, Dwayne Johnson is the highest paid actor in the world. For some movies, he earns more than $20 million each. But that's not all. He also makes money by producing his own films. He started his own production company called $7 Productions. This company makes hit movies that are very successful in theaters. Why did he name it $7? Because it reminds him of the time when he only had $7 in his pocket. He never wants to forget how far he has come. Dwayne is more than just a movie star. He is known all over the world. On Instagram, he has more than 400 million followers. That makes him one of the most followed people online. Why do people love him so much? Because he is real, because he inspires others, because he connects with his fans. When he posts something, millions of people feel motivated. Brands also know how powerful his influence is. That's why companies pay him millions just to promote their products. One post from The Rock on Instagram can earn him up to $1 million. That is the result of years of hard work. But Dwayne didn't stop with acting or social media. He also became a businessman. He started his own tequila brand called Terramana Tequila. It became very popular and sold millions of bottles, earning him hundreds of millions of dollars. He also created Zoa Energy, a healthy energy drink. Then he partnered with Under Armour to start Project Rock, a fitness brand that sells shoes, clothes, and gym gear. It became a huge success around the world. Dwayne Johnson is not just an actor anymore. He has built a whole business empire. So how much is he worth today? Dwayne Johnson's net worth is now over $800 million. From having no money to nearly becoming a billionaire, his journey shows what unstoppable hard work looks like. Dwayne Johnson is more than an actor or businessman. He is also a powerful motivator. In every speech, he reminds people that success doesn't come from luck. It comes from hard work, discipline, and never giving up. Here are some of his most powerful quotes. Success doesn't happen overnight. It happens when you try to improve a little every day. Be humble. Stay hungry. Be the hardest worker in the room. Don't just dream about success. Work for it. When life gets hard, don't say, "Why me?" Say, "Try me." These are not just words for him, they are his real beliefs. So, what can we learn from Dwayne Johnson's life? What can you do to find success? Here's the truth. No one is coming to rescue you. No one is going to hand you success. You have to earn it. It doesn't matter where you start. It doesn't matter how many times you fail. It doesn't matter if people don't believe in you. What matters is what you do every day. Dwayne Johnson didn't wait for a lucky break. He created his own chances. And that's what you must do. Wake up early. Work harder than anyone else. Believe in yourself, even if others don't. Don't complain. Don't quit. And one day, the world will know your name because your story is still being written. Dwayne Johnson went from $7 in his pocket to becoming one of the most respected and successful people on earth. And if he can do it, so can you. The only question is, are you ready to become the hero of your own life? If you feel inspired by Dwayne Johnson's story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more motivational stories like this one. Leave a comment and tell us what part of his journey touched you the most. And remember, just like The Rock, you also have the power to change your life. Keep learning, keep growing, and never give up. See you in the next video.